Hello everyone, I'm Reza from RADACAD, and today I'm talking about a common design pattern in data modeling and BI system, which is subscription pattern. When you have a table with subscription start date and end date, how you would be able to calculate open subscriptions, or let's say active subscriptions, at any given date. Let's see how it works. Subscription pattern is different from some other patterns in data modeling. The reason is that in many scenarios, let's say you have a sales table, that table has dates that are actionable by themselves, just individually. For example, if you have a sales table, you have order date or you have ship date. Each of these dates has a meaning themselves. You can get all the sales transactions that their order date is at any given date. But if you have a subscription table like this, if you have a table that has start date, an end date. Now this can be subscription, this can be ticketing system, it can be a list of issues or anything like that. It can be a start date, end date, from date, to date, or let's say open date, close date. It can be anything. In these scenarios, if you have a date table connected just to a start date, this will only filter and shows you subscriptions that has started at any given date. Or if you connect it to end date, those that has ended at any given date, which is not the whole story, because you have between start and end date, you have a set of dates. Here, for example, between 12th of August 2019 until 14th of February 2020, there's like something like 6-7 months in between. And in any days in those 6-7 months in between, I should be able to see how many open subscriptions or how many active subscriptions I have at any given date. This is a requirement that happens a lot in ticketing systems, in subscription systems, and that is what I'm going to explain here now. There are two main ways of calculating this. One is using a table which we call it Snapshot Table. A Snapshot Table is kind of transformed version of this table. It will have one record per day, one record per customer. You might also have different subscription products, so one record per product. It can become a really large table. So if, for example, we say that there's a snapshot table for, let's say, 365 days in a year for 20 years, and then for, let's say, 10 products, even 10 products for 1,000 customers, this would be easily over 70 million records in a table, right? I will explain that the snapshot table method anyway in another video, but in this one I'm going to talk about a DAX way of calculating this, which you don't need to have a huge table. All you need is to have your subscription table and any other table related to that, and a date table and calculations. So my model looks like this, and you can download this sample data model from a link down in the description below, which is to my blog article. I have a customer table which has a list of customers in it, subscription table, which is the table that you just have seen. Customer table filters the subscription table. I have a date table, and I produced it with a single power query expression, which gives me a list of that date fields in x-axis of a line chart, let's say. Now you see that this table is not related to subscription table. The reason is exactly what I mentioned already, because start and end date, each of these by themselves might have a meaning, but here what we are after is the meaning of the between scenario, like all the days in between. I want to find that out. Some people prefer to create a relationship between this to start date or to end date, and absolutely fine. It is absolutely fine. You can go ahead with that, but it won't give us the result that we are looking for this scenario anyway. Having a relationship to a start date is only good to find out subscriptions that has started in this particular day. giving you all active subscriptions or open tickets at any given date can't be achieved with a relationship. So I left it without relationship. Now I have created a visual like this, which has the date field in my table as the x-axis and a measure which is active subscribers, which is the main thing about this calculation. I have only one measure, and this measure calculates everything in it. Let me explain how this measure works. So in this measure, first I get the selected value of the date. So this shows me the date that is currently, let's say, selected in my x-axis, or let's say the current date. Selected value will give me that. I also get the minimum start date. I'll explain later why I need that. Then I create a subset of subscription table here. It's a virtual table. I filter the subscription table. I filter it based on 3 conditions. One is that first I get all of those that their end date is blank. In my scenario, when the end date is blank, that means this subscriber is still a subscriber, and this is still an ongoing subscription. So if it is blank, it is a still subscriber. I want that. Or this means or if their end date is after the current date. For example, if we are looking at 10th of February, their end date is 11th of February or 12th of February. It's after that. So it was active at that time, but it is ended now. Now, both of these should be done only if the subscription started before that given date. For example, if I'm looking at 10th of February 2020, I cannot count a subscription that has started 12th of February. This should be started before that. So that is an and in this list of criteria, right? So altogether, this will give me a list of active subscribers. From that list, I get count rows. So that is what this count rows of that list is. Now here I have an if statement, and at the end of that I show the count rows of that table. This if statement is just checking that if the date is after today, I'm not interested to show that, or if it is before the first start date, I'm not interested to show that. So this is only for limiting the number of values showed in my x-axis. Otherwise, this would be the full length of my date table, which might be over 20 years or something like that. I want this to be done only from the first date that the first subscription has started all the way to today, right? So as a result, here is the calculation. You see that subscription starts, and then more subscriptions. There are scenarios that subscriptions goes down. So all of these calculations happens like that, and I have a table visual explaining the same thing. And this is not just the total. Even I can go to this page, which is the same information, but this time with a slicer on the customer. I can select a customer and see the subscription. For most of these customers, I have like one subscription start and end, right? For example, you see that Raphael subscription has ended at March, 8th of March. RADACAD is a still subscriber, or others are a still subscriber, and someone like this, Joe Michael, have been a subscriber all the way until 14th of February, and then was not a subscriber for like a period of 2 weeks, then resubscribed again at 1st of March, right? So it can calculate all of those with a very simple DAX calculation like what you have seen here. In other videos, I'll explain other method of creating a snapshot table as well. You can download this file and the code from the link down in the description below to my blog article. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have weekly videos of Power BI and AI.